So everyone, we're here with our first test game. At this point, I literally know nothing of Flesh and Blood. I know that my guy's Katsu, I'm playing ninjas, and I have a combo mechanic, and that's it. I don't really know what combo does, but that's as much as I know so far, and Peter's going to run me through the basics.
Yeah. So, before I go through the equipment and how the heroes work, etc., the basic type of cards that you're going to see most in your deck is action cards. So you have one action per turn, per your turn. During your opponent's turn, you don't have an action to play. And when you play an action card, or do any effect on the card that you have on board that says action, you use up that action. Then, if the card has go again, you restore one action point after this card resolves.
Okay.
So then you can play more action cards in the same turn if you want to. The other type of card is reaction. You have either defense reaction or offense reaction. If you can think of it very similar to Dragon Ball, because I know you play Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I do.
This kind of like combo steps, but after my attack reaction, you can do your defense reaction, then I can still do attack reaction.
Yeah, okay.
So
back and forth, yeah.
Yeah, they can only happen during the combat.
Okay. And then they say at the bottom there.
Yes, at the bottom you have a type of a card. There's also instants which you can play pretty much any time you have a priority, but we do not have any nowadays at the moment, so it doesn't really matter.
Basic stuff, that's what we like. That's what we like.
So when a card is an attack, so you have class, action, attack. If it doesn't say that it's an attack, it's not an attack.
So for me coming at this, I get one action a turn, so I can either use like this aura effect, or I can attack. So it's a choice between doing a spell essentially, or doing an attack.
Spell, playing an item is also an action. Yeah. This type of things.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, you're limited to what you can do. So if I wanted to play a spell, I can't attack. Yeah. Okay.
The attack action cards have at the bottom the damage they do.
Okay.
So when I play an attack action card, you can first choose to defend with any amount of cards from your hand. And this is the value of damage they reduce.
Okay.
After that, you can use your defense reactions, and I can use my attack reactions.
And then it keeps going back and forth like that.
We can go back and forth. The important thing is that after you put your initial cards to defend, you can't add more. So if I'm attacking you for 4, and then you decide to put 2 cards with 2, and I would have an attack reaction that increases my damage. You can't add normal cards anymore. It can only be defense reaction.
Right, okay, right, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Okay?
So, yeah.
So, the initial cards also need to be done before you do any defense reactions. If you only want to do the defense reaction, you need to declare no defense.
And then you go no more attack, and then I can go defense reaction. And then does that allow you to do more?
Yeah.
Okay. So but then you can't add more to that attack. Like
the chain continues until both of us passes, then we resolve the attack, deal all the damage that these do. You can stop some amount of damage, you don't need to stop all the damage.
Is it kind of like piercing? So say if you're doing 15, I block 13, I take 2.
Yes.
Right, that's fine.
So yeah, it's a reduction of damage.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty much majority of the cards in the game have the shield value. Or the defense value.
I saw it on the aura card that it had us.
Pretty much you can defend with every card. There's a couple of cards in Brute that don't have that, but on the other hand they're cheap and they hit you hard.
Fair enough. Not relevant for this game.
Not relevant for this game, no. The other thing that the cards are classified is the color on the top.
Okay. So we've got blue, yellow and red.
Yellow and blue, yeah. So the same card can exist in all 3 of those colors. All the commons exist in all 3 of those colors.
So Spellblade Strike can be blue.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright, yeah, I see. Perfect example.
Yeah. So the difference is how much you get from that and their power. So the blue ones give you most but have the lowest power.
Okay.
This one deals 2 damage, this one deals 4 damage.
Okay.
So that's how they're balanced. So what I mean by give to you. When you play a card, it has a cost in the upper right corner. When you play that card, you need to pitch cards from your hand to pay for that. So let's say I want to play this Spellblade Strike, which costs 1. I need to pitch a card from my hand that gives me 1 or more. So I'll pitch this blue Spellblade Strike, which leaves me with 2 resources left. So because blue gives 3, in the top left corner, you can see how much it's giving
And you've used one, and then so you have
Yeah.
2 floating around essentially
until end of turn.
until end of turn. Okay, and then you can use that at any point, even if it's like in a battle, if you
Yeah,
something.
I can use that throughout the turn.
And then
I want.
can you increase that? Or-
Yes, so the only time you can pitch cards is when you need to pay for a card and you don't have enough resources.
Right,
So if I wanted to play Oath of the Arknight,
which is 2.
which is 2, I couldn't pitch additional card.
Okay,
But if I went to play
a free cost.
a free cost, let's say Rune Flash,
Yeah.
I can pitch additional card.
And then so then you would have, you can essentially set up for more floating
Yeah, you can set up for more floating, and there's the other thing. You want to empty your hand every turn.
because you're going to draw back up to
You
4
always drop up to your hand limit, which is the intellect at
at the
your-
bottom left.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only one hero that has a different intellect than 4.
Oh, that's easy to know.
So at the beginning, every single thing
and just
has
to
4.
double check, I've got this correct. This indicates how much I get from pitching.
Yeah.
This
this
is how
one's
much it
also-
costs.
yeah.
Got it.
Red always gives 1, yellow always gives 2, blue
Blue gives-
always gives 3. You can have 2 red cards, 2 yellow cards, and 2 blue cards, so 6 of the same card in the deck.
Oh, okay. So it's not like you can
In
have.
Blitz.
Okay.
In Classic Constructed, it's 3 of each, so 9 total.
Okay.
But Classic Constructed is way bigger decks.
Yeah, that's fair. And for the purposes of this video, we're playing Blitz.
Yeah, we are playing Blitz, the 40 card decks, which are easiest to train someone in.
Yes.
All the cards you pitch at the end of the turn go back to your deck at the bottom.
So there's no decking out in this game.
You don't lose through the deck out,
Yeah.
but the attacks you use, the cards you defend with, etc., they all go to the discard pile.
Yeah.
The cards that you pitch to get the resources go back to your deck at the end of a turn.
Okay, so you exhaust stuff you use. Stuff you use as resource goes back to the deck.
Yeah, that's why when you play, you have 3 major areas around your deck. So if this is your deck,
Right.
this is pitch area,
Mhm.
this is discard, and this is banish.
Okay.
So that's that. At the end of the turn, everything from the pitch area goes to your deck. That's why we have a special area for all the cards that are here. A, they go back to the deck. B, it's easier to calculate the resources you have left for your game.
Okay, that's perfectly fine then. So is that the initial everything I should know before going into our first game, or is there anything else we need to cover?
I'm going to go through the equipment in a second,
Okay.
and I'm going to explain how your hero works and how my hero works. The other thing that's important to know that at the end of the first turn, both players draw up to the hand limit.
And the first...
So
can
if
you attack on the first turn then?
Yes.
So that's why, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
So
fine.
if you go first and you attack me, I can defend, and then at
I'm
the end
not
of the
punished for
turn,
defending.
we're going to draw. The last mechanic in the main deck that I need to talk about is Arsenal.
Arsenal.
So, let's say I had 4 cards in hand when I start my turn. I used up 3 of them for whatever. I have 1 card left and no actions, no resources. What I do at the end of the turn, I can choose up to 1 card from my hand. If my arsenal is empty, I can put it face down in my arsenal. And only then I draw to my hand size. So this is the additional card you can play.
So Arsenal is put 1 card face down.
Yes. A card from Arsenal can only be played. The importance of that is you can't defend with it and you can't pitch it.
Okay.
Good cards to put into your arsenal are cards that are starting some of your combos or a defense reactions. Because defense reactions are being played to defend.
Yeah.
So you can use the defense reaction from Arsenal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And so, is this a separate deck?
This is not a deck, this is what you start with in-game.
Okay.
So you start with your hero in-game. Weapons worth of 2 hands, so you have 2 weapons.
Right, so we'll center it up on brother here.
Just seeing where we are, So you start with your hero in the center. The weapons are left and right. You have 2 of the same weapon.
Right. So it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter which goes where because you have 2 one-handed weapons.
Right.
Then we
fair.
have equipment. 4 slots for the equipment. You have head.
One-handed weapons for the one-handed guy. See what I did there? That's is that discrimination? I'm gonna call that discrimination. So then I have these equipment.
You have head, chest, legs, and arms.
Do these move throughout the game?
No, they stay
So
in
I'm
one
gonna-
place
good.
on this side.
I'm gonna have my deck on this side.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
So head, and it says at the bottom of here. So arms, legs.
Arms go here.
Oh, and chest. All right. Okay. So arms
Yeah.
is just one side. It's not both.
Yeah, you have just 1 slot for each of them. So if those cards have a defense value, like at the bottom here, you can use them at the same time you would use cards from hand to defend.
Okay.
So it's additional defense. It has battle worn, so it gets a -1 defense counter when you use it.
Oh, so it's like a one of just if I need to defend.
Exactly.
Okay.
The rest of the effects, this is an instant effect, so you can use it at any point. Doesn't cost you an action. This one is a reaction effect. So when your attack hits, you can destroy this, and it's your choice, and then you get 2 resource points if you want to continue on attacking and you don't have anything to pitch, for example.
Okay.
This one I gave you because it's good against my particular leader, and if you play against my hero, you need to have Arcane Barrier. So Arcane damage is damage that's dealt through not attacking.
So non-combat.
Non-combat damage, exactly, yeah. Because this deck is all about dealing damage, Arcane Barrier can be used once per instance. So if I had one instance, so a spell that deals 4 damage to you, you can only use it once, so you can pay 1 to reduce 1 of that damage.
Okay.
Because you can't defend for attacks. So for arcane damage, you can't defend because it's not an attack.
Okay.
My deck, on the other hand, has multiple instances of 1 arcane damage. So one piece of equipment can be used to stop.
Nullify it a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense to me.
So how your hero works. The first time you attack action card, so weapon doesn't count.
Okay.
The first time it hits, you can discard a card with cost 0 and search for a combo piece in your deck, banish it, and you can play it this turn. It means you still need to pay the cost if the card has the cost.
Okay, so it's not like a free play.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a free play, no.
But then, oh no, that needs to land. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Your weapons for 1 resource can attack. Once per turn is the attack. They get go again if you have a card with cost 0 in your pitch zone. So if you pitch card that costs 0 to get your resources, this has go again, so you can use both of them.
I was going to say, yeah, does this trigger on both then? If there's just even if there's just one, it procs both.
Because it's checking if there is a card, it doesn't do anything to that card.
Fair enough.
It's just checking for that condition.
Okay.
So if you pitch it to do that.
So there's no reminder text on here, so what is go again?
So go again is if you use an action, you get another action.
Okay.
So it literally lets you keep on going.
So as we established earlier, like I get to attack or play an aura or a spell once a turn. This allows me to do another attack or or one of those other things. Yeah.
You have mostly attacks. I don't think you have anything that's not an I think you have some defense reactions.
That's it.
So to give you guys an idea what we are playing with, we are playing with a budget starter blitz decks from a Flesh and Blood website with the super rares taken out.
Yeah.
So essentially just that. Those are just budget blitz decks to teach Scott how to play.
Yeah.
We will be doing some more with the Monarch blitz decks.
That's going to be fun. Hopefully this teaches you guys as well as me. But for the most part, yeah, this is totally just for me because I want to play this game a lot and it looks really cool. And I'm playing a one-handed ninja with 2 weapons, a two-handed, one-handed ninja. That's what I'm going with.
So yeah, in Blitz we both have 20 life. In Classic Constructed, the life is twice the size.
That is fine.